Welcome to the Explainer. So, you've got a big idea for making a difference in India, right? A real vision for social change. But how do you actually make it official? That's a huge question. Well, today we're going to demystify one of the most powerful answers out there, the Section 8 company.
Yeah, turning that passion project into something formal, something credible, that's a massive step. And you've probably heard of a few ways to do it, right? Maybe a trust or a society. But there's this one structure that really shines, especially if you're thinking big, like nationwide big.
So, here's what we're going to break down in this explainer. We'll look at what a Section 8 actually is, why it gives you so much credibility, what you need to get the ball rolling, the step-by-step roadmap to get registered, and of course, the costs and what you've got to do each year.
Okay, let's jump right in. First things first, what in the world is a Section 8 company? Think of it like this. It's a proper company, a formal business structure, but for a non-profit. And here's the absolute golden rule, the most critical part. Any money it makes, any profit, has to go right back into the mission. It can't be paid out to the owners or members as dividends. No way. It all gets reinvested.
So, you might be thinking, what's the difference between this and, say, a trust or a society? Well, it's a huge one. Trusts and societies, they're usually registered at the state level. But a Section 8 company, this is licensed by the central government itself. We're talking the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. That gives it this incredible national recognition right out of the gate.
And just look at the scope here. It's unbelievably broad. I mean, whether your mission is all about education, setting up schools and colleges, or funding cutting-edge research, or even protecting the environment, this structure is so flexible, it can pretty much handle any charitable goal you can think of.
Okay, so having that national recognition is cool, but what does that really get you? Well, it all boils down to one word: credibility. And this, my friends, is the real game changer. Let's dig into why this structure is such a powerhouse, especially if you're serious about your mission.
The day-to-day benefits are just huge. I mean, you get legal protections like limited liability, which is great for protecting your personal assets. But the tax stuff, that's where it really gets exciting. Not only can your organization be tax exempt, but, and this is key, your donors can get tax deductions for contributing. Think about that. It makes it so much easier to fundraise because you're giving them a real incentive to support you.
And really, this quote says it all. That license from the central government, it's like a seal of approval. It builds a level of trust that you just can't get any other way. So if your goal is to get those big CSR funds from corporations or major grants from foundations, having a Section 8 structure tells them immediately, hey, we're legit, we're serious, and we're regulated.
All right, so we get the what and the why. Now let's talk about the how. What do you actually need to get this thing off the ground? And you might be surprised at how low the barrier to entry is. You literally just need 2 directors to start. That's it. And if you go for a private limited structure, you can have up to 200 members.
Now, there are a few key rules you've got to follow. First, the name. It has to clearly signal that you're a nonprofit, so you'll need to add a suffix like foundation, association, something like that. And yes, I'm going to say it again because it's that important. The profit rule is non-negotiable. Every single rupee of income has to be put right back into the cause.
Okay, paperwork time. This is a super important first step. For your directors, it's the usual stuff: PAN card, Aadhaar card, a photo. Pretty standard. Then for your official address, your registered office, you'll need proof, like a recent utility bill. And hey, if you're renting the space, you'll need a no objection certificate, an NOC from the landlord. Just a little checklist to get through.
So what's the actual journey to getting registered? I know, it can sound a bit intimidating, but the good news is it's a clear step-by-step process, and it's all done online. Let's break it down into 5 main steps. Step 1, get your digital keys to the kingdom. That means a digital signature certificate, a DSC, and a director identification number, or DIN, for each director. Step 2, reserve that perfect company name. Step 3, file the big application with all your core documents. Then, Step 4, the government gives you the green light with a special license. And finally, Step 5, you get that beautiful official certificate of incorporation.
Now here's a really important thing to keep in mind. Even though the whole process is online and you can manage it from anywhere, you do need a professional on your team. The final submission on the government portal has to be digitally signed off by a pro. Think a chartered accountant or a company secretary. They're the ones who validate everything for you.
Okay, last but definitely not least, let's talk about the real-world stuff: money and maintenance. What's this going to cost, and what are your responsibilities once you're up and running?
So let's look at the one-time registration costs. You've got the government fees, which are actually pretty low. Then there's the cost for those digital signatures we talked about. And the biggest variable is going to be the professional fees for the expert who helps you file everything. As you can see, that part can range quite a bit.
And remember, becoming a registered company isn't a one-and-done deal. You've got ongoing duties to stay active and transparent. We're talking at least 2 board meetings a year, keeping your books in perfect order, and filing your annual returns with both the tax authorities and the registrar of companies. It's all about good governance.
And please, please, please don't forget this. This is so important for your fundraising. That 80G certificate, the magic ticket that gives your donors a tax break, it expires. You have to renew it periodically to keep it active. So put that renewal date in your calendar with about a dozen reminders. You can't let that slip.
So, is a Section 8 company the right key to unlock your social mission? Look, at the end of the day, this is a structure built for 3 things: credibility, scale, and long-term impact. It might not be the easiest route, for sure, but it provides an incredibly strong and respected foundation, especially if you're dreaming big in India. It's not just about filling out forms. It's a strategic choice about the legacy you want to build.